Welcome to this yin yoga practice for back health. Thank you for joining me on this journey of mastering relaxation. Meet your body where it is today. If a pose does not serve your body, skip it, modify, or find a different variation of it. Grab any props that you feel that you may need. I will be using a yoga bolster. In today's practice, we will be holding the poses for 3 minutes. Remember, your body is the guru. Honor and listen to it. Let's begin with a pranayama breath practice called samavitri, which means even breath. In this breath practice, we will inhale for a count of 4, hold it for a count of 4, and then exhale for a count of 4, pausing at the end of the exhalation for a count of 4. We will repeat this for 5 rounds. This breath practice evens out the inhalations and the exhalations, and the reason why this is beneficial for the body. The same amount of energy that is drawn in is then recycled back out, which means that the oxygen and the carbon dioxide in our bodies is being balanced out, making sure that on a metabolic and chemical level, we're nice and balanced. Take a moment to roll out the shoulders. Bring the shoulders up by the ears, roll them back and down. Just do that a couple times. And let's begin. Inhale for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause and hold. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and hold. Inhale for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause and hold. Exhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and hold at the end. Inhale for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause and hold. Exhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and hold. Inhale for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause and hold. Exhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and hold. Inhale for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause and hold. Exhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and hold. Come to the end of your last exhalation and release the breath practice. If your eyes were closed, gently blink them open, and if you were sitting up on a prop, just move it off to the side. Let's move into our first posture, Sphinx pose. Come to lie flat on the stomach. Slide the elbows right underneath the shoulders, and keep the elbows shoulders distance apart. Wiggle the hips back and forth to make sure that you're not clenching your buttocks and that the legs and lower body are nice and relaxed. Tilt the chin towards the chest, and then send the forearms and fingers forward. Push into the forearms and elbows, and energetically draw the forearms and elbows back towards the hips to draw the shoulders back and down, and to bring the heart center forward. Bringing the heart center forward will help to elongate and lengthen the upper back. can keep the head upright or bring the chin down towards the chest and draw one ear over to one shoulder. And then move back through center, bringing the chin towards the chest and bringing the opposite ear to the opposite shoulder. Making half circles with the neck. Bring some more range of motion into the sides and the back of the neck. You can stay here in Sphinx. If you want to move a little bit deeper into this gentle back bend, you'll bring the fingertips to face outward, push into the palms of the hands, and come up into seal pose. Continue to draw your heart center forward, lengthen your upper back. If you took seal pose, you'll release the upper body down, slide the hands towards the ribs, and push back into child's pose. The big toes come to touch. Sink the hips back towards the heels and melt the heart center forward. Land the forehead on the ground or on a block or a blanket. This is a nice counter pose for a back bend, so bending the spine in the opposite direction for a nice release. Take an inhale to release your child's pose. Come up into tabletop position. Stack the knees right under the hips. Keep the knees, hips distance apart, and keep the wrists under the shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide, creating a nice base for yourself. Inhale to send the heart center forward, tailbone up. Exhale to round the back, push into the ground. As you inhale, lengthen the spine forward, shoulders back, tailbone up. Exhale, belly button towards the spine as you push the ground away. As you breathe and move through a few more cat-cows, feel the different areas of your spine. Come to a neutral spine. Bring the knees forward and just sit back. We're going to move into half butterfly. Bring the right leg straight in front of you and the left sole of the foot to the inner right thigh. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall on your sits bones. Flex the right toes towards your face. Relax the left knee towards the ground. Lengthen your back and then on your exhalation, hinge forward from the hips, grabbing hold of whatever part of the leg feels comfortable, whether that be your calf, your ankle, or the toes. Imagine that there's a string attached to your chest and someone is in front of you pulling that string forward. Elongate the spine, soften your upper back, feel the stretch in your lower back. See if you can soften the body with every exhalation. Release half butterfly pose. Keep the legs as is and just widen your half butterfly. The right leg goes out a little bit to the right, open up the left knee. Rest the right hand on the inside of the right leg. Stretch the left arm up overhead and stretch over towards the right side. You can keep the left arm straight, or you can bend the elbow and place the left hand on the back of the head. Ground down through the hips and legs. Relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. Push the left shoulder and arm back. You can even use the right forearm and the right elbow to push into the right leg to help revolve the chest upward. Inhale to release and come upright. Inhale, take the arms up overhead. Exhale to twist over to the left. Left hand is right behind the hips. You can take your gaze to the side or back, just keeping it gentle on the neck. Draw the shoulders down and keep sending your heart center forward. Inhale to release your spinal twist. Keep the left hand where it is with the fingers pointed away from the hips. Then use your next inhalation to push into the legs, raise the hips, stretch the right arm up overhead. Exhale, land the hips back down on the ground. Inhale, raise the hips, stretch the right arm up overhead. Exhale to land the hips down on the ground. One more time. Release, and let's move into half butterfly on the second side. The left leg is straight, forward in front of you. Bring the right heel close to the groin, up high on the inner thigh. Take an inhale to sit up nice and tall, lengthen your spine. Exhale to hinge from the hips, grabbing a hold of the calf, the ankle, or the toes. You can also use a yoga strap here if you wish. Use your inhalations to lengthen your spine. Send the heart center forward, soften your upper back. Use your exhalations to melt into any space that you've created. Inhale to release. Bring the upper body upright. And then widen your half butterfly pose, taking the left leg out to the left and the right knee out to the right. Place the left hand and the left forearm to the inside of the left leg. Lengthen the spine, stretch the right arm up overhead. You can keep the arm straight or bend the right elbow, placing the right hand behind the head. Push the head back into the hand. Breathe into the right side of the body. Inhale to release. On your next inhalation, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale to spinal twist over to the right side. The right hand rests behind the hips. Use your left hand on your right knee to draw the shoulders down and to move deeper into the spinal twist. Keeping the right hand where it is, release your spinal twist. Take an inhale, push into the legs, send the hips up and forward, stretch the left arm up overhead, and exhale to rest the hips down. Inhale, stretch the body long. Exhale, plant the hips down. One more time. We're going to make our way onto our backs. You can grab a bolster or a block. We're going to use it for our supported bridge pose. Bring the ankles under the knees, soles of the feet flat on the ground. And then take an inhale, push into the feet and raise the hips up. And place your yoga bolster or your block right under the sacrum. Tilt the tailbone down. Tilting the tailbone down lengthens the lower back. Bring the arms out to the side, or you can cactus the arms up overhead. Release the hips and release the whole pelvis into your support. Feel the gentle release of the whole back body. Allow the shoulders to relax back and down. Make sure you're not holding any tension or any muscles in the legs or the abdomen. Breathe freely and let the body grow nice and heavy and soft. To release this pose, you'll push into the ground, lift the hips, and move your support off to the side. Hug the knees in towards the chest, finding a nice counter pose to our back bend. And keep the right knee hugged in towards the chest. Lengthen your left leg long onto the ground. Feel the lower back plugging into the ground. Then shift onto the left hip and drop the right knee over to the left, coming into our supine spinal twist. The right arm can go out into a T shape, or you can cactus the right arm to get a little bit deeper into the chest. You also have the option of placing a block or a bolster under the bent knee if you need some more support. Allow the legs to relax. Make sure that left thigh and buttocks is nice and relaxed. Soften the upper body into the ground. Inhale to release back to center. Hug both knees in towards the chest. You can also rock from side to side. Keep the left knee hugged in and lengthen the right leg onto the ground. Take the hips over to the left and shift onto the right hip to draw the left knee over to the right. Open the left arm out into a T shape. Soften the upper body, the shoulders into the ground. And let the lower body relax and grow heavy. Take an inhale to gently release your spinal twists. Come back onto your back and hug the knees in towards the chest one more time. Release the legs down. Let the feet relax away from one another. Bring the arms out wide. Rest the backs of the hands on the ground with the palms facing up. Feel the back body and the contact it's making with the ground. Feel the difference in your body from when you started your practice. Starting with the toes, feel the toes and the feet. Relax any holding or tension in the toes and the feet. Bring your awareness to your lower legs, your calves, and your shins. Relax and soften the calves and the shins. Work your way up to the thighs and the hamstrings. Relax the upper legs. Come up to the hips and the lower back. Release any tension or holding in the hips and the lower back and relax the lower back. Soften the belly, the muscles around the belly button. See if you can even soften and relax the organs in your torso. Feel the back body, the upper back melt into the ground. Release any holding, any tension in the shoulders, the neck. Soften your jaw, your tongue, the muscles of the cheeks and the forehead, muscles around the eyes. Soften and relax the whole body.